Bye Loadshedding. Are we finally healing Mzansi? The B team arrives. Putin targeted. And Kaas is Baas. Roll the intro. So, what the fuck am I doing? Seriously. Welcome to Up to Daily, where we keep up with what the world gets up to daily. Alright, okay. So, my name is Chad. I decided to finally make a YouTube channel. I've been meaning to do this for years, buddy. However, you know, life gets in the way. Sometimes you need to put shit to the side. Anyway, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay, I just know that I'm supposed to do this. Subscribe. That's it. I'm not gonna ask you for your likes. I'm not gonna ask you to hit the note. Just subscribe. Because I'm gonna do this 3 times a week: Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, that's the main aim. Yeah, is to upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And you're gonna see this. You can see this face a lot. Get used to it. Clearly, as you can see, my budget's a bit higher than CNN. So don't judge me if the quality is amazing. Anyway, obviously this is my first episode, you know, your boy's a little nervous. I don't have a formula, I don't have a format. Eventually, as we do more of this, we will find our rhythm. Local news. Right. First story of the day for local news. Eskom, okay? I think the horizon is looking alright. I don't want to jinx it. As you and I both know, Eskom, you know, we have a very iffy relationship with Eskom. However, we are looking to a brighter horizon. Our country might just be completely load shedding free thanks to the private sector, IPPs, better known as independent power producers. Alright, out of everything we've been throwing out the window, I'm finally glad that we get to do something right. You know what I'm saying? Especially with regards to electricity. But like, how the hell are we still so far behind the rest of the world when it comes to electricity? You know, to further comment on the things that we're doing right, the reason why I'm saying that I'm finally proud that we're doing something right, the reason why we're heading toward a load shedding free country is because of the country. Literally, it is because of us, the people. You know, round of applause to yourself. Make some noise, round of applause to yourself. The reason why this is happening is because, remember back, I think it was last year or the year before. Anyway, Eskom was like, alright, if you have generators and stuff and you want to power on the grid, we'll pay you and stuff. So anyway, that program seems to be working. The private sector has already integrated more than 1,000 megawatts onto the grid. By 2035, we're expecting 5,000 megawatts. So the progress is looking good. Moving on. This is for all of my peoples, alright? By my peoples, I mean my South Africans specifically. It is winter. We know this time of the year it gets quite dangerous on the roads, but also in the Kaas, the locations, alright? Fires, 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 please. And this is not just for the people in the Kaas, this is for every single person that smokes, that has a kachel on the inside. A kachel is a chimney, a fireplace, or whatever you may call it. Listen. Please don't go to bed with the fire still burning inside of the lounge, okay? Please, don't do that. Smoking. Do not, for the love of smoking, smoke in bed. Get up, bro. Get up, okay? You're already stubborn enough. You already don't want to vape, okay? You're already choosing not to vape. So then get up, go to the door. Have your energy by the door. You're going to freeze. You're not going to fall asleep. It's impossible to fall asleep. And then, what else do you save? Your house. You save your house, so think. Okay, water's coming down heavy this winter. It's going to be super cold. Insulate, insulate, insulate. It's going to be a tough one. Prayers go out to the people out there on the streets of Cape Town. Actually, the rest of the country is going to be a cold winter out here in South Africa. So prayers go out to the people. For real, there's deaths every year with the homeless. That's how cold it gets out here. Moving on. Metro Rail, back and bougie. Back and bougie. Metro Rail's bougie. Back and bougie. Metro Rail's back and bougie. The Central Line is open. Okay, so Metro Rail was in a shambles for years. However, they've made a major comeback. The Central line is now open. Mitchells Plain, Khayelitsha, Bellville to Cape Town line is now open. I don't think many people understand how important this line is. Statistically, most of the people in Cape Town are located in Mitchells Plain, Khayelitsha, Philippi. That side of the wall. Yeah? That side of Cape Town has the most people in Cape. And quite frankly, the workforce within the Cape, driving force, the blue collar driving force of the Cape, majority of them. Tell me you live in Cape Town and you go to work and you haven't worked with someone that lives in Mitchells Plain, huh? Impossible. Or Khayelitsha or Philippi. Impossible. The mere fact that this line is open is a great win for the Cape. What this means is it's not just a win for the government, it is also a win for consumers. We can now finally have people get around from place to place at a more cost-effective way, and also the conditions, quite frankly, of these trains that have been put up is way better than the trains I remember. I haven't been in one of these. I'm actually gonna have to go out there and take one of these trains and maybe put it on the channel much later, but I'm quite proud of the movement that we have made with Metro Rail. Alright, moving on.
Global news. Dun, 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 dun. Global news.
Alright, so for global news, it's getting crazy out there, boys. South Africa's made global news. I wanted to put this in local news, but it is global nonetheless, and so therefore we have to mention the B team. The B team arrives in the United States. The second load of farmers / security guards arrived on Friday last week. Right, insert footage of the arrivals.
Huh?
No footage of the arrivals. They learned their lesson this time. This time they have no footage of the arrivals. There was no press to meet these people. We don't know who they are. We don't have any information on these suckers. But to be honest with you guys, I think at this point, really, I don't think any of us really care about it anymore. Like, if you want to go. We have bigger fish to fry, my dude. Alright, we don't care, but I have to cover this now because it's going to be part of the channel, and if they're going to speak about us, we have to speak about them speaking about us, okay? And if there's one thing that I've learned, alright, the American media has mastered the art of confuse you. What do I mean by this, okay? They will leave you there standing confused, not knowing how to defend yourself at all. Because no matter what Pretoria presents to America, the story persists. The media is spinning stories left, right, and everything in between. So yeah, anyway, I have nothing more to say about this topic. Stupid. We are going to the next topic. The next topic.
Please help me.
Kim gone phone. Kim gone phone. Kim gone phone. Kim gone phone. Kim gone phone.
Look at this dude.
We finally get a tiny glimpse of what it's like in North Korea, or at least what it's like to have a mobile device in North Korea. And let me tell you, it is motherfucking wild. Roll the clip.
We've got hold of this phone that was smuggled out of North Korea last year, and it shows some of the surprising lengths the regime is now going to censor information. North Korea blocks information from outside the country, and these phones don't have access to the internet. But South Korean TV shows are being smuggled over the border to try to show North Koreans.
Man, I'm gonna break my monitor, I swear.
Hold up. Flag on the plate. Yellow card. You realize what that means? There are people in prison right now in North Korea afraid to go to sleep because tomorrow's going to come sooner, and it just means they're closer to their death because they smuggled a TV show into North Korea. Just you don't know what Family Feud is. You want to see what a family dynamic is when they're put under pressure. So what do? Plug war.
I don't even understand how the fuck my plug talk.
Anyway, you get caught and you get the death penalty for having a show that's not from your country. Whew.
How rich South Korea is and how much freedom people have here to try to undermine the regime. Now, Kim Jong-un has banned these shows, and from this phone you can see that he's now also blocking people from using popular South Korean words. Look what happens when I type in the word oppa. This word literally means older brother in Korean, but people here in South Korea now use it as slang to refer to their boyfriends as well.
오팡! 라고요. 오빠가
When I enter it, it automatically changes to the word comrade.
Comrades. This is why I find this so funny, and this is why I find this so funny. And Cape Townians, you know this. In the Cape Colored community, quite frankly, if your girlfriend or your boyfriend is going out for the night and they say, "I'm going out with my cousin," and you've known this cousin to be their cousin, but you've only known this cousin for 2 weeks, not the cousin. Same thing here. The government's like, nah, we don't play that infidelity shit. No. Cousin vibes, no. You will not. That's your comrade. That's crazy to me that you could also go to jail and die for calling someone your cousin that you're sleeping with.
In this folder, we can see that the phone is taking a screenshot every 5 minutes or so. But the user can't open these files, only the authorities can. So they can see when people are looking at or sharing things that they're not supposed to.
Half of you, jail. Half of you. Right to jail, half of you. I know that some of you have no control. This is very serious. They say to take those screenshots of your phone every 5 minutes. And the government shows you, I have these screenshots, but I have it saved on your phone. Half of you, gone. Dead. Why? Because I know of the half of you that's gone, at least 80% of you forgot. Your horny ass forgot. Soon as you hear, now you wanna cry. Don't cry. Don't cry now. Don't cry. Now look at you. Kim Jong-il on your brain. As much as we have our issues, I'm honestly so happy I'm born here. Yeah, anyway. Moving along. We're moving along. Next story. Putin. Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin. Man, oh man. Somebody just spammed the low punch button and pissed off the final boss of the planet. Somebody pissed him off. He was flying through a danger zone with his helicopter and crew. Vladimir Putin was in a helo with one of his units flying. I don't know where he was going. I don't think anybody knows where he was going. However, a Ukrainian drone honed in on the helo and decided to kamikaze toward him. However, they intercepted the drone, landed safely. However, that completely pissed Putin off. He retaliated with a maximum barrage. Yeah, since the start of this war, this is the biggest attack Putin has ever released onto the Ukraine and has royally pissed off somebody orange. So have a look at that.
Yeah, I'll give you an update. I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. I've known him a long time, always gotten along with him, but he's sending rockets into cities and killing people, and I don't like it at all, okay? We're in the middle of talking, and he's shooting rockets into Kiev and other cities. I don't like it at all.
You mentioned you're unhappy with President Putin. You've talked before about putting more sanctions on Russia. Is that something you're considering more serious?
Absolutely. He's killing a lot of people. I don't know what's wrong with him. What the hell happened to him, right? He's killing a lot of people. I'm not happy about that.
Next topic. The Swiss collapse. Okay? A glacier collapsed in the Swiss mountains and completely buried most of the village of Blatten. Now I say completely buried most of the village because whatever is touched by this landslide is completely buried. Roll the clip. I, for one, have a major fear of tsunamis. You know how terrifying tsunamis are? So, one of my biggest fears is just going to bed and all of a sudden there's a landslide, not a landslide, an earthquake in the middle of the ocean. Now, living in Cape Town, we're on the coast, we're a coastal city, you know, lying in bed and boom, 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 you feel the earthquake. It's deep in the ocean, but you feel it here. I never considered a tsunami from the sky. What? A tsunami from the sky. Look at this. Absolutely look at this. Are you crazy, blood? This is nuts, bro. By the looks of it, at first glance, you would think that this is completely over and that there's nothing gonna come from this anymore. And like, you know, boom, done. However, unfortunately, scientists say that this is just the beginning. And these things happen exactly how you imagine them to happen. Ice melt, ice water, water dirt, dirt mud, landslide. Huh? That's exactly how it happened. Next topic. Now, as a Catonian, you all know, Kaas's Baas is quite a staple statement here in the Cape of Good Dope. It turns out that Kaas is not just boss over here. We love rolling Kaas in the Cape. But apparently we don't love rolling cheese as much as the Gloucestershirians. The Gloucestershirians. Because they had a competition. Well, they have been having this competition for the past 1,000, 5,000, 20 million years, basically since before football, I think. I'm sure many of you are quite familiar with this event. I found a clip on the internet. Enough said. Enjoy. We need to speak about the MVP of the entire event. One man that came to conquer. We already had the winner. This man did not even compete. We already had the winner. But there was one man who came.
Wait a minute.
Conquered.
Now you see me. No, you do not.
Man, fuck. I promise you. The man's dead. I promise you he's dead. Actually, Mans is not dead. He's not dead. Turns out at the end of that day, the locals saw him in the pub. He was walking around and he had a beer with a couple of the locals. He was absolutely fine. Are you okay? What if there's a rock underneath of these rocks? What if there's a rock underneath of these rocks?
Make YouTube videos, they said.
What if there's a rock underneath any of these grasses? I can't English anymore. Moving along. Paris is in complete shambles. Turns out Tottenham Hotspurs and PSG are the same but different. Okay, both Tottenham and PSG won silverware respectively in each of the competitions that they were finalists in. Tottenham Hotspur got rid of their star player Harry Kane. PSG got rid of their star player in Kylian Mbappe, and both of them went on to do things they haven't done before. The Parisians, on the other hand, absolutely destroyed Paris. However, though, there was a protest at the same time, a Palestinian protest, I believe. I stand corrected. Allegedly. There was a Palestinian protest happening at the same time, and those worlds colliding created an inferno of chaos, excuse the pun, flooding through the city. Unfortunately, there were a couple of things that were not so kosher. There were 192 people that were injured, 22 police officers were injured as well, 7 firefighters were injured, and about 600 people were arrested. Of the 600, 491 of them were arrested in Paris alone. And the worst news coming from this, 2 people have unfortunately lost their lives in these riots. Okay. Alright. Breaking news. According to CNN, Ukraine said on Tuesday that it had hit the bridge connecting Russia and the occupied Crimean Peninsula with explosives planted underwater in its third attack on the vital supply line for Moscow's forces since the full-scale war began in 2022. Ukraine Security Service, the SBU, said on Telegram that its agent had mined the piers of the road and rail Crimean bridge, also called the Kerch Bridge, and detonated the first explosive at 4:44 a.m. on Tuesday morning, yesterday. The whole operation took several months, and it added the agency said it had used 1.1 thousand kilograms of explosives, which severely damaged the underwater pillars supporting the bridge. This is what the bridge looks like. And this is where the bridge is located. And that is it for today, boys and girls. So today I want to inspire all of you. I didn't know how I'm gonna start this video. I didn't know how I was gonna end it. I don't have a catchphrase. I have nothing. Okay, but the goal is to start, and that's all it is. Okay, it's 2025. Anything's possible. In about a year's time, I don't know where I can take this channel. It could be nothing. I could be doing this and speaking to a camera and absolutely ending up nowhere. But for my peace of mind, at least I tried. So let this be an inspiration to you. No matter what you're doing, go out there, start. As long as you start this shit, there's motion. I'm in a gown, a blazer, oops, and morning slips. Cut my hair yesterday. I had dreadlocks. I cut it with a blade. Bro, the world's your oyster. Go out there, start some shit. I'm Chad. It's been a pleasure to bring you this news, and I'm out. This has been your boy.